So Game of Thrones is a big thing. A large amount of it is actually shot in Northern Ireland, so it's quite close to home. Have you had the opportunity, or would you like to pull some strings to get the opportunity to go see some sets and see the filming of the show? Would that be tempting?
Oh, I think that'd be brilliant. I'd rather like to go to the ones in hotter climes because they also shoot in Malta and Morocco as well. But no, I mean, I think the whole aspect of Game of Thrones being in Belfast has just totally fundamentally changed TV production in Northern Ireland. And it's just incredible that one show can do that and have such a kind of global influence.
Mm-hmm. And without giving anything away, of course, are you partial to any information as to what's going to be happening in the coming season, rather?
We could be, but I think we've both taken the decision that we'll see how everybody gets on in viewing the first episode, and then we'll make our own judgment. Then it's very hard to watch something like that and be able to keep secrets. So we'll not watch it and wait for everybody else's impression, and then we'll take our turn.
So but the best fun is, though, that we are doing a global simulcast with HBO. So if anybody wants to get up at 2:00 in the morning, they can watch it go out at the same time as it goes out in the States.
I was going to ask about that. Do you think you're going to get a big turnout for very early or very late at night?
Well, there is the advantage of Sky Plus, but I'm hoping the student generation will only be waking up at 2:00 in the morning, so we should hopefully get a good audience there. I think we did very well. We did a simulcast of the finale of Lost, which was the first time we've ever done it. And breaking news, because we haven't announced this yet, we're going to be doing the same for the first episode of 24, which comes back in May.
I'm very excited for that as well.
There you go.
I need to get a whole other set of questions for that.
Who are shooting next door to us at Sky.
So is that going to be a thing you're going to be doing more often than in the future if you're going to be doing 24?
I think they have to be really special shows to do that, because as you can imagine, the sheer complications of running a simulcast because we have to run off the East Coast rather than the West Coast transmission, is complicated. Dave's area has lots to do with subtitles and all that kind of bit that simulcasts don't allow you to do.
Yes, that's right. So normally we transmit as soon as we can after the American transmission. So we tend to get about 8 hours to audio describe and subtitle, the entire show in time for its transmission that evening, just so that everybody can enjoy it. So having a simulcast takes the pressure off in that way, but we'll still be doing the work to get it out as soon as possible and the catch up.
Mm-hmm. Looking forward to it. So with also like The Hobbit being quite popular at the moment, do you think that genre of mythical, medieval kind of that angle is going to be taken off in the future, in the recent soon to come?
I think great stories will out whatever genre that they're in. I think you have to be very brave to want to go into the fantasy area, as Game of Thrones is by far the best show that there is around. And anything that kind of wanders into that area could be seen as a kind of rather cheap knockoff. So you have to be quite careful about that. Film is one thing. Obviously, The Hobbit has spawned many versions. But whether we'll see more in that fantasy side, we at Sky, our customers absolutely love that show, that kind of genre of shows, because even one of our American acquisitions in the shape of Arrow does incredibly well, which has a slight fantasy piece to it as well. Mm-hmm. So our customers are predisposed to that genre.
So George R.R. Martin, of course, the author of the books, said recently that is thinking that it might end in a feature film a long way down the line. Is that something that you'd like to see, and something that'd be interesting to do?
Well, we'd love the series to carry on going for as long as possible. I think they talk about 8 series, but because obviously they're now catching up very fast to him on the books. So whether it'll go for longer than that, who knows? But it'll certainly, we're very, very interested to see when we launch it, not in its proper time slot with us, what actually audience numbers it does, because it's got such huge buzz now.
Brilliant. And finally, would you like to tell the lovely people where they'll be able to watch the new season of Game of Thrones?
I'll let you do that one.
You can either watch it at 2:00 in the morning on the 6th, it'll be very early on the 6th, or on Sky Atlantic on the 7th of April.
Brilliant. Thank you very much.